Do you understand English when you listen but freeze when it's time to speak, especially about big things, your future, your dreams, your plans?
Yes, exactly. I understand a lot, but when I try to talk about my goals, the words just disappear.
Welcome back to English Podcast 1314. I'm Mia, and today we're going to practice talking about something exciting and personal, studying abroad and future plans.
Oh, this is perfect. I think about studying abroad a lot, but I never know how to talk about it in English.
Then this is for you. We'll learn natural phrases for talking about your dreams, your worries, and your goals, the kind of English you can actually use in real conversations.
That sounds useful, but I have to be honest, talking about the future makes me nervous.
That's completely normal, and by the end of today, it will feel much easier. So let's imagine a real conversation. Two friends talking about studying in another country.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let me start like a friend asking you, have you seriously thought about studying abroad next year?
Yes, I have. I've been thinking about it a lot.
Perfect answer. And notice what you said. I've been thinking about it a lot. That's a very natural way to talk about something on your mind these days.
I've been thinking about it a lot. Is that better than I think about it?
Great question. I think about it is general. I've been thinking about it means recently, these days, ongoing. It sounds more natural and personal.
Oh, I like that. It sounds like a real feeling.
Exactly. Now, when you talk about studying abroad, people will ask which country. So you can say, I'm mainly thinking about Canada or Australia.
Mainly? What does that add?
Mainly means mostly or the main choices. It shows these are your top options. I'm mainly thinking about two countries. It sounds thoughtful, like you've really considered it.
So mainly makes me sound like I have a real plan.
Exactly. Let's practice. Repeat after me. I've been thinking about it a lot recently.
I've been thinking about it a lot recently.
I'm mainly thinking about Canada or Australia.
I'm mainly thinking about Canada or Australia. That feels smooth.
Now, people will also ask why. Why do you want to study abroad? And here's a lovely way to start your answer. Honestly, I want to improve my English and experience a new culture.
Honestly? Why start with that?
Honestly makes your answer feel real and personal. It's like saying, here's my true reason. It's warm and natural. Honestly, I just need a change.
Oh, I like honestly. It feels open.
It does. And experience a new culture is a great phrase. It means to live in and feel a different way of life. Let's practice. Honestly, I want to improve my English.
Honestly, I want to improve my English.
I want to experience a new culture.
I want to experience a new culture. Got it.
Now, here's the real part. Studying abroad can feel scary, too. So let's talk about worries. A friend might ask, are you nervous about living alone in another country?
Honestly, yes. I've never lived far from my family.
That's such a natural, honest answer. And you can add a positive side. But at the same time, I think it would help me become more independent.
Independent? What does that mean?
Independent means doing things on your own without help, taking care of yourself. When you live alone, you become more independent. Living abroad made her very independent.
Oh, so it's a good thing, even if it's scary.
Exactly. And notice the phrase, at the same time. It's a wonderful way to show two feelings together. It's scary, but at the same time, it's exciting.
So I can feel two things at once and say both?
Exactly. That's how real people talk. Let's practice. I've never lived far from my family before.
I've never lived far from my family before.
But at the same time, It would help me become more independent.
But at the same time, it would help me become more independent. I really like that one.
Now let's talk about money, because that's a real concern. A friend might say, studying abroad can be expensive, and you can answer, yeah, tuition and living expenses are my biggest concerns.
Tuition? Is that the school fee?
Exactly. Tuition is the money you pay for school or university, and living expenses are your daily costs, food, rent, transport. Tuition is expensive. My living expenses are high.
And concerns, like worries?
Yes, concerns are worries or things you think about carefully. It's a slightly softer, more mature word than problems. Money is my biggest concern.
Oh, concern sounds more calm than problem.
You have a good ear for tone. Let's practice. Tuition and living expenses are my biggest concerns.
Tuition and living expenses are my biggest concerns. That sounds grown up.
It does. Now, family support matters too. A friend might ask, have your parents supported the idea? And you can say, surprisingly, yes, they were very encouraging.
Surprisingly? Why use that?
Surprisingly means you didn't expect it. Maybe you thought they would say no, but they said yes. Surprisingly, the test was easy. It adds a little emotion to your answer.
And encouraging?
Encouraging means giving you support and confidence. When someone is encouraging, they make you believe in yourself. My teacher is very encouraging. Their words were encouraging.
So encouraging people make me feel stronger.
Exactly. And family support makes a huge difference. It gives you confidence to try something new. Let's practice. Surprisingly, my parents were very encouraging.
Surprisingly, my parents were very encouraging.
It gives me confidence to try something new.
It gives me confidence to try something new. That feels good to say.
Now, here's a question that's great for any goal. What do you think will be the hardest part?
Probably speaking English confidently every day?
Perfect, honest answer. And you can expand it. Probably adapting to a new environment and communicating confidently.
Adapting? What does that mean?
To adapt means to change yourself to fit a new situation. When you move somewhere new, you have to adapt. It took time to adapt to the cold weather. She adapted quickly to her new job.
So adapting is getting used to something new.
Exactly. New country, new food, new language. You adapt to all of it. It takes time, but everyone can do it.
That's comforting. So feeling strange at first is normal.
Completely normal. Everyone feels it. And slowly, you adapt. Let's practice. The hardest part is adapting to a new environment.
The hardest part is adapting to a new environment.
Now, here's something the two friends talked about that I love. One of them said, I still get nervous in long conversations. And the other said, that's normal. Confidence improves through practice.
Oh, that's exactly my problem. Long conversations scare me.
And the answer is so true. Confidence doesn't come first. It comes from practice. The more you speak, the more confident you become.
So I shouldn't wait to feel confident before I speak?
Exactly. Speak first and confidence follows. And one of the friends shared a great tip, shadowing.
Shadowing? What's that?
Shadowing means listening to a sentence and repeating it out loud, copying the rhythm and the sound. It helps your pronunciation, your listening, and your confidence, all at once.
Oh, like what we've been doing today.
Exactly like that. You've been shadowing this whole episode. That's real fluency training.
I didn't even realize. That makes me feel good.
It should. Now let's slow down and study the 5 most important words and phrases from today.
Yes, let's go deep on them.
First, I've been thinking about it, meaning you've had something on your mind recently, over a period of time. You use it for ongoing thoughts and plans.
Like my plan to study abroad.
Exactly. I've been thinking about changing jobs. I've been thinking about you. The feeling is personal and current. A common mistake? Don't say, I'm thinking about it since last week. Use, I've been thinking about it since last week. Practice sentence. I've been thinking about it a lot lately.
I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Got it.
Second, honestly, meaning use to start a true, personal answer. You use it to sound open and sincere.
It makes my answer feel real.
Exactly. Honestly, I'm a bit nervous. Honestly, I love it. The tone is warm and genuine. A common mistake, don't overuse it in one conversation or it loses its power. Use it for important, real moments. Practice sentence. Honestly, I just want to improve my English.
Honestly, I just want to improve my English. That feels natural.
Third, independent, meaning able to do things on your own without help. You use it for people growing and taking care of themselves.
Like when I live alone for the first time.
Exactly. Living abroad made me independent. She's very independent. The feeling is positive and strong. A common mistake? The spelling. It's independent, ending in ent, not ant. And the opposite is dependent. Practice sentence. Living alone helped me become more independent.
Living alone helped me become more independent. I like that one.
Fourth, concern, meaning a worry or something you think about carefully. You use it when talking about problems in a calm, mature way.
It sounds softer than problem.
Exactly its purpose. Money is my main concern. I have some concerns about the plan. The tone is thoughtful, not dramatic. A common mistake? Don't confuse concerned, the adjective, with the verb. I'm concerned about money means worried. That doesn't concern you means it's not your business. Context matters. Practice sentence. My biggest concern is the cost.
My biggest concern is the cost. That sounds calm and clear.
And the fifth, adapt, meaning to change yourself to fit a new situation. You use it for new places, jobs, and life changes.
Like getting used to a new country.
Exactly. It took time to adapt. She adapted to the new culture quickly. The feeling is one of growth and flexibility. A common mistake, don't confuse adapt with adopt. Adapt means to adjust. Adopt means to take something on, like adopting a pet or a new idea. Practice sentence. It takes time to adapt to a new environment.
It takes time to adapt to a new environment. Adapt, not adopt. Got it.
You used all 5 beautifully. Now let's do a quick review.
Okay. When talking about a plan, I say I've been thinking about it a lot recently.
When giving a real reason, you start with honestly. Honestly, I want to experience a new culture.
When I talk about worries, I can say living alone is scary, but at the same time, it would make me more independent.
For money, you mention tuition and living expenses as your biggest concerns.
For family, I can say, surprisingly, my parents were very encouraging.
And the hardest part might be adapting to a new environment and speaking confidently.
And the 5 words, I've been thinking about it, honestly, independent, concern, and adapt.
You remembered everything. That's wonderful, Leo.
You know, I feel much more ready to talk about my future now. Before I had no words. Now I have real phrases.
That's exactly the goal. And here's something important. Talking about your dreams and goals is one of the best ways to practice English.
Why is that?
Because it's personal. When you talk about something you really care about, the words come more easily. You're not just practicing grammar, you're sharing your real life.
That's true. When I talk about studying abroad, I actually want to speak.
Exactly. And that feeling, wanting to speak, is what builds fluency. So talk about your goals often, even just to yourself.
So I can practice these phrases alone too?
Absolutely. Stand in front of a mirror, ask yourself, have you thought about your future? And answer out loud. Honestly, I've been thinking about it a lot.
Talking to myself again, but it works.
It really does. And remember, confidence comes from practice, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel confident. You speak, and confidence grows.
Speak first, confidence follows.
Beautifully said. And don't worry about being perfect. Most people only listen, but you used your voice today. That's what creates real progress.
That makes me proud, actually.
You should be proud. Here's your challenge for this week. Think about one of your goals. Maybe studying abroad, maybe something else, and try to talk about it out loud in English using today's phrases.
Maybe, honestly, I've been thinking about it a lot, but I'm a little nervous.
Perfect. That's exactly how to use it. Real, natural, and personal.
Small steps, as always.
Small steps that build real fluency. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
Talk about your dreams out loud this week. Use your real voice.
This was English Podcast 1314.
What's one goal you'll talk about? Try saying it in English right now.